I'm 82. I regret moving into a nursing home. Here's why. When you turn 82, you realize life isn't about how many years you've lived. It's about how many moments you still feel alive. I've lived a long, full life. I've seen wars and peace, marriages and funerals, new technologies that made me feel both amazed and left behind. I've raised children, worked jobs that wore my bones down but fed my family, and I've buried people I loved more than life itself. And yet, out of all the decisions I've made in my 82 years, one of my greatest regrets is moving into a nursing home. Let me explain why. 1. The promise versus the reality. When my children convinced me to sell the house and move here, they painted the nursing home as a place of comfort. Dad, you'll be safe. You'll have nurses 24/7. You won't be alone. There will be activities, friends, and people your age to talk to. It sounded like a dream. A retirement filled with gentle company, laughter, and security. But the reality is very different. Yes, the staff is here, but they are rushed, stretched thin, moving from one resident to the next like machines on a schedule. Yes, there are activities, but they feel more like distractions than real joy. And the friends? They are hard to make when half the faces you greet today might not be here tomorrow. 2. The loss of home. The hardest part isn't the food, the nurses, or the routine. It's the loss of home. Home wasn't just a building of bricks and wood. Home was where I could open the drawer and find the exact spoon I loved to stir my tea with. Home was where I could walk into my garden, touch the soil I had turned with my own hands, and smell the roses I had planted for my late wife. Here, in this nursing home, everything feels borrowed. The bed is not mine. The walls are blank. My memories don't live here. They are scattered in photographs and old furniture I left behind. At home, I had control. Here, control has been replaced with a schedule. Breakfast at 7:30, pills at 9 o'clock, lunch at noon, lights out at 9. Feels less like living and more like waiting. 3. The silence that screams. When you're younger, you think noise is the enemy. You long for peace and quiet. But at 82, I've learned silence can be the loudest sound of all. The silence here is heavy. It isn't the calm of a peaceful evening at home. It's the silence of people who have stopped being heard. I miss the sound of my neighbor's dog barking, the sound of children playing on the street, even the annoying hum of traffic outside my old window. Those sounds reminded me that I was part of a living world. Here, the silence is broken only by the occasional cough down the hall or the squeak of a nurse's shoes on the linoleum. 4. Losing dignity. No one tells you how much dignity you lose in a nursing home until you live it. I used to be the man who fixed things, who provided, who stood tall in the face of storms. Now I have to ring a bell to ask someone to help me use the bathroom. It's humiliating. Not because the staff is unkind, they are doing their job, but because it strips you of your identity. You are no longer dad or grandpa or Mr. So-and-so. You're room 12, bed by the window, and when your dignity fades, so does your spirit. 5. The disappearing family. Here's the cruelest truth. Moving into a nursing home doesn't bring you closer to family. It creates distance. At first, my children visited often. Every week, they brought me snacks, photos of the grandkids, updates about their busy lives. But slowly, the visits grew fewer. Once a week became once a month. Then, sorry, Dad. Work has been crazy. We'll come soon. The truth is, people visit less when they know you are being taken care of. They don't feel the urgency. They don't see the loneliness behind the walls. And the grandkids? They're growing up fast. Their visits are filled with awkward silences, glued eyes to phones, and polite hugs. They love me, I know. But love fades when time is not shared. 6. The people you lose. Every week here feels like a reminder of mortality. You make a friend in the dining hall. You talk about your younger days, laugh about how the soup is too salty, and share a story about first love. Then one morning you come down and their chair is empty. No explanation, just gone. It makes you afraid to get too close because every bond is temporary. You start to protect your heart by keeping it quiet, locked away. But loneliness isn't just being alone. is being surrounded by people and still feeling unseen. 7. The routine that kills you slowly. Here, life is a pattern on repeat. Wake up, pills, breakfast, sit, lunch, TV, nap, dinner, pills, bed. Day after day, it's the same. You stop living new stories. You just recycle the old ones in your mind. The biggest excitement is when the meal menu changes, or when someone brings in a visiting choir to sing songs that remind us of our youth. But the truth is, I don't need another game of bingo. I need purpose. I need to feel useful. At home, I had tasks. I fixed my garden. I cleaned my porch. I cooked my meals. I had reasons to get up and move. Here I am just existing. 8. The lesson I learned. If you're younger and reading this, listen carefully. Don't give up your independence too early. I know sometimes the body weakens, and safety becomes a real concern. But if you can still live at home, fight to keep that. If you can still make a cup of tea, still water your plants, still walk to the corner store, do it. Because the moment you trade independence for convenience, you lose more than comfort. You lose the little pieces of yourself that make life worth living. 9. What I wish I had done differently. I wish I had told my children, no, I will not sell the house. I will not give up my garden, my chair by the window, my Sunday mornings with the radio on. I wish I had accepted help at home instead of moving here. There are people who will come, cook, clean, and check on you. Yes, it costs money, but so does a nursing home. I wish I had been stubborn, because sometimes stubbornness is just another word for holding on to your soul. 10. The one thing I still hold on to. Even in regret, I hold on to gratitude. I am grateful for the 82 years I've lived, grateful for the love I've known, the children I raised, the laughter I once filled my home with. And maybe that's the final truth about aging. You can regret where you are, but you can still be thankful for where you've been. But if I could give one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't surrender your freedom too early. Don't let convenience steal your spirit. Live in your home, your space, your memories, as long as you possibly can. Because at the end of the day, nursing homes are not where you live. They are where you wait, and life should never be about waiting. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the older generation. Don't miss a single life-changing lesson.